Now, Mr. President, on another matter, in the meantime, the Senate is busily completing the legislation that our country actually needs. Yesterday, the Senate passed the NDAA conference report and put it on President Trump's desk. Thanks to the diligence of Chairman Inhofe and Ranking Member Reid, this critical legislation to support our armed services will become law for the 59th consecutive year. Tomorrow, we'll vote on government funding bills the House passed yesterday. A lot of hard work brought this appropriations process back from the brink. Here are some of the important things that will happen as a result. Stable, full-year funding for our armed forces, including research and modernization. The largest pay raise for our troops in a decade. And more support for key alliances like NATO, close partners like Israel, and high-priority areas like Hong Kong. The bills also deliver on vital domestic priorities as well. It funds infrastructure and transportation projects. It repeals even more of Obamacare by cutting out more harmful taxes. Every single state wins in this bill. By way of example, here are a few ways my state will benefit. This bill keeps the decade-old promise of a new modern VA medical center with a special emphasis on care for women veterans. There's support for fighting invasive Asian carp in West Kentucky, for Central Kentucky's role in high-tech agricultural research. Of course, Kentucky has a huge stake in our nation's battle against opioid and substance abuse. I'm proud these bills fund housing and treatment programs established by my Career Act and to help those in the long-term recovery re-enter the workforce. Speaking of addiction, I'm especially proud that this legislation includes my T21 legislation to raise the nationwide age for purchasing tobacco and vaping products to 21 years old and help roll back the explosion in tobacco and nicotine use among our nation's youth. I'm proud to work with Senator Kaine and others on both sides to ensure that legislation was drafted and became law this year. Senator Todd Young of Indiana was also deeply involved in this as well. And I'm proud that these bills include direct bipartisan action that I urge to shore up the looming pension and health care crisis faced by coal communities in Kentucky and across the nation. These are some examples from Kentucky. This legislation touches, in fact, all 50 states. This is why full-year funding bills are better than chronic CRs. This is why the Senate should pass these bills this week and send them to the President's desk.